What's up, guys? It's Wolfgang back with another Dorkfish review, and I am super excited to bring this figure to you. It is the Jada Toys Street Fighter 2 Ultimate Balrog. Let's get into it. And a quick backstory on Balrog. First off, that's not even his actual name when created. The United States is the only country that calls him Balrog, as far as I know. His original name was Mike Bison. That's right, M. Bison was his name. He was modeled after Mike Tyson, but they changed it when it came to the States in fear of lawsuit. So he switched names, obviously, with Bison. Bison was originally Vega, and Vega was originally Balrog. So all those changed around. That's how we got to where we are. But as far as the character goes, he is one of the four heads of Shadowloo or Shadowlaw, depending on how you pronounce it and what version you're looking at. He is M. Bison's number 2, so he runs the company when Bison is not around. And then underneath him are the other two fighters, Vega and Sagat. So that is a quick summary of Balrog as far as the character goes. But let's get into the toy. And as always, we're going to start with the box and accessories. And as far as the box goes, it's across the board the same as you would get with any others. Balrog on the front, his image, a nice big open window, the backdrop for Balrog's level in the game, the health bars up top. There's a little bit of breakage in the box because I accidentally tore my box, which sucks, but a little bit of info on the side. You've got the product shot on the back, and then the rest on this side, and that's all there is to it. Nice open window, which I like because this figure has a lot to look at. Now, let's check out the accessories. Now, as far as accessories go, he doesn't come with a lot. He has 2 sets of hands, 2 heads, and then 2 effects. The hands you see on him, as well as this head, are what comes on him in package. The stylized head and the clenched fist hands for boxing, which we're going to bring in and look at. And that head is fantastic. I actually like the stylized head a lot. There's no bleed in the hair. The gloves are great. Good sculpt. Maybe the only thing I hate is that you got the line on the side of the gloves. Pretty prominent. But otherwise, looks good. Now, as far as other accessories go, you've got 2 relaxed hands. Probably better used for when he's tired or knocked out. You can do some different posing with them. They're well painted. Looks good. You've got, as far as accessories go, the other accessories, you've got 2 swooshing pieces that are effects for him throwing his punch. Here's the shorter one. It is malleable and done very well. The only thing that concerns me is it being clear plastic. It'll probably yellow over time. There is ways to reverse that, but yeah, we'll see. And then there's a longer version. They both look really good. But the last accessory is the other head, and I really like this head. I like this one more than the stylized one, so I'm probably going to put it on him for the rest of the review. But good sculpt, very well painted, no bleed, nothing's off anywhere. It just looks fantastic. Even some shading in around the brow and the cheek. Very well done. So, yeah, as far as accessories go, very minimalistic, but also at the same time, very good. So, that's the accessories. Now let's get into the aesthetics of the figure. Now, as far as aesthetics go, I do think this figure is mostly a win, but I'm going to go ahead and go with the one thing that really irks me, the one thing that stands out the most. You can't see it necessarily at this angle when you bend the arms right, but the joint. How thin that elbow joint is. Especially when it's straight. Look at how ugly that joint is. Now, you're going to sacrifice some aesthetics when you're trying to get great posability, but I even argue that that's just, I mean, I don't even think Sagat's arm is quite right, but even his is still not, maybe it's close to, but it's just not quite as thin. Yeah, I just don't like how thin that elbow joint is. But that's probably my biggest gripe. Otherwise, aesthetically, I think he's pretty dang good. Going top down, his hair is textured, which I love. There's no paint issues. In fact, there is a light wash. It seems like with the light on it, that there isn't a wash, but there actually is. There's a light highlight across the clothes, and then you can see in the musculature that there's a wash, and then shading in the face. The paint is clean in the tears of the clothes right here on the chest. There's just a lot to like about him. It's all clean, and it's all well done. It fades in and bleeds into the next thing nearly seamlessly. Yeah, if I could just get the beefier elbow area where you don't have that weird gap, it would be almost perfect aesthetically speaking. But that is what it is. Barring that, I think he is extremely well done, head to toe, as far as aesthetics go. So aesthetically, he's great, but let's see how he is with articulation. All right, and for articulation, he is pretty standard for the majority of the body as any of the other Jada toys. But where he shines, where he's different from Sagat and Blanca, is they took that shoulder articulation a step further and really nailed it. So, his head, of course, you can look up that far. With the neck, you can look back a little further. Head there, with the neck down below. You get plenty of tilt, which is great for a boxer's pose. You can get a lot of head movement because weaving and bobbing is a big part of boxing. So you can get those poses that looks like in his fight he's moving around, weaving and bobbing. Now, the shoulders is where it really shines because you don't just have butterflies. Now, look at how far that goes in. And it still looks great. It doesn't look odd. There's a little bit of gap in the back, but only at an angle. Even back here, it looks great. And then you can move it back that far as well and get a good angle here. But what they did that's different from Blanca and Sagat is it's not, or most of all of them, is it's not just here. It's a full rotating butterfly. It's all the way up and down. So you can go up and down. You can go to any angle with it. So then you get your arm that's already here, and now you can go up with it. And it doesn't look unnatural, and it doesn't look cut up. They did such a great job with that. The shoulder joint is amazing. Of course, you can go all the way around. You've got your bicep cut. You've got your double jointed elbows that go in pretty dang far. And your regular pin and hinge wrist. They did a good job with the torso in here. He can crunch forward pretty dang far, all things considering. So you got a little bit of a hunch there. Now he can go back fairly amount, side to side, not bad. Turns pretty good there, which you would need him to for a boxer. And then you mix it with that bottom, and you can turn, and you can arc pretty dang far. You'll get some gapping, but it's not horrible. And, of course, you can turn at the hips here. So you get a lot of range when you mix them together. Look at that. Really good range for his size. And you can get some dynamic poses because of it. See, that's a really dynamic pose. That's a nice pose there. I like that. You've got his legs, which can do basically the full splits. Kicks out pretty dang easy. Thigh cut is hidden very well, right in there, all natural. You've got a double jointed knee. Doesn't get all the way back like he's kicking his butt, but does the job. You get boot swivel. You get his ankles, and they kick down pretty far. And in spite of the laces, his boots kick up pretty decently for an ankle. Now, it will rub those, so you may rub some paint, so you got to be careful. You've got a nice little ankle pivot in there. Sorry, I'm drifting off camera. And then you've got your toe hinge, and this is probably the worst toe hinge of any of the ones they've done. It's just so loose. It's super floppy, and it's on both of them. So the toe hinge is not really, I mean, aesthetically you can get some decent shots with it, but it's not going to do anything to hold the figure. So that's probably the weakest point of the articulation, honestly, is the toe hinge. But those shoulders, the way they did it for him, oh my God, that is genius. It looks great and moves great. I would say overall, he is a win when it comes to articulation. So now, moving on from articulation, let's talk about scale. First off, here we have him next to a Marvel Legends Gamerverse Wolverine, and I really like that scale. I think it's pretty good, actually. Next is a Super 7 2003 TMNT Raphael. And last but not least, we have him next to the other 4 heads of Shadaloo, however you want to pronounce it, Sagat, Bison, and Vega. And this scaling is nice. I think it looks amazing. Alright, and for final thoughts, I don't know what else to say, guys. I think this is the best Jada Toys figure I've ever touched. I know a lot of people love Sagat. There's arguments for Blanca. Cammy actually was my favorite up until this one, but I think it just exceeds all of them. I think they did a lot right. There's a few things I changed. Like I said, the thin elbows is kind of bothering me, and the floppy toe joint. But barring that, this is just such a great release. It's probably the best Street Fighter's figure as of right now, and they got more coming. I know I did Blanca and I did Akuma for the channel, and I liked Akuma a lot. Blanca was great, but this is, to me, next level. So I have to suggest it. If you're gonna pick up any Street Fighter's toy and it's gonna be so good you don't want to put it down, Balrog, who's not even my favorite character, is the one. So that being said, guys, put down below your favorite Street Fighter character and so far your favorite Street Fighter toy from Jada. And that being said, I'm going to suggest this figure and also bring this review to an end. So thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, comment like I said down below, and stay tuned because I have so many more killer videos coming. That being said, we're done here. Wolfgang's out. Later, guys.